Hi art friends, me teacher Jen. Welcome to this week's art class. So what we are going to talk about is perspectives and high darks and highlights. And then we are going to have a three spoon as a subject. And then what we are going to do is first get the wait first get the construction drawing of the three spoons. Work with rectangle or box shape first to get the images dissected into six parts. Then after that, you could now start to layer the circles to create an oval shape for the main image or the head of the spoons and yung handle, and also on the curve areas that connects the main image of the spoon towards the handle. And then after that one, you could now work on the actual shape by overlaying your pencil lines according to the construction. Now you could adjust towards the construction if you want to make it smaller or if you want to make it bigger. Just make sure that you work around that area. And then after that one, you need to check the perspectives of your spoon, because this end part is not just a plain line, it has a curve shape. If you zoom in it properly, you can still see that there's thickness around the sides of the spoon, so you better check the areas where there is reflected light towards the spoon. And after that one, you need to concentrate on the main areas of the spoon, because what we are going to show on the final image is the high darks and the highlights of our spoon. So once you did the construction drawing, I want you to work on one spoon at a time and technically work on the shadings and the highlights as much as you can. So the technique here is gradually work muna on the mid-tone as light as you can, and then work your way through the dark images or the dark shading of the spoons. You could work on uh, several pencil strokes as much as you can, because there are textures to be shown later on the drawing. For the highlight, you could just leave this space, and if you accidentally shade on top of it, you could just use an eraser later on to clean your drawing. Pay attention again to the corner lines, because it's not just a single line, it has a parang a thickness that needs to be added to create a perspective or a three-dimensional corners to make it look more of a spoon rather than an oval shape. Then after that one, after working on the main areas one by one, so I suggest that you work on one spoon at a time per day. So you could concentrate on this one, probably work on this Monday, and this one will be Tuesday, and then if you want, you could take a rest and work again by Thursday. So don't rush on this project. I would love to see this done in 2.5 weeks rather than just in 1 hour, so you could concentrate on the fine details, because it is very intricate. And then what you need to pay attention is another thing for the shadows. Make sure that this part will be the soft areas of the shadows, meaning that the shadows will be light, because the spoon is curved up on this area. So the farther the image hits the base, the softer the shadows would be. The closer the image hits the wall or the floor or the base, the darker the shadows would be. So if you notice, because this one has a lot of space, the shadows become a little bit more softer. Never forget to add shadows on your drawings because it will create more depth in your final project. Also make sure that your shadow doesn't have a sharp line. As much as possible, create a softer line. You could smudge around the area to create a softer shadow. And then after that one, uh, the one that you need to pay attention the most is the perspective. So if you notice, it is a small, medium, large size of spoon in terms of height, and then the bottom part is level to each other. Also pay attention to the spacing, because if you notice, it is very much close to symmetrical. So pay attention to those spaces in between uh, spoons, and then the height of the spoons. So all in all, that's your art class for the week. I would be standing close by to monitor your projects. Please do send questions on privately on your social media that you use for your art classes schedules. For those who was not enrolled in an art class, you could use this YouTube video as a base, and then I'll try my best to answer some of your inquiries. But most of the time, the inquiries are reserved to paying students. So this is Teacher Cheng. I hope you enjoy doing your art class. I will see you on your schedule. Stay home, stay safe. God bless, and love and peace.